resulting in tens of thousands of men, women, and children tragically dying, and hundreds of thousands of more left homeless. Well, Mitch Marner returns to the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight for the first time since his departure last season. For more on that, is overexcited know-it-all Leafs fan. So Mitch Marner is returning to Toronto tonight. Let's talk about it, because it's a big deal. And people who don't like the Leafs are like, shut up, Tom. No, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. And for anyone who doesn't understand why this is a big deal, let me tell you why this is a big deal. Because the Toronto Maple Leafs sucked for so long. They sucked forever after the lockout. They made the playoffs one time, and it was a half season in another lockout. They had an epic collapse to the Boston Bruins when they were up 4-1 with 10 minutes left in a game, and then they threw it away. Outside of that, they've had nothing. All right, and they've had a history of just having these awesome prospects or having draft picks and trading them away for people that were out of their prime, washed up, or on their backhand, and then those players would go on and do great things. Or when they would draft good players, they'd be Russians or Europeans or Americans. And everyone would say, would you draft some Canadians? Would you draft someone from Toronto? And they did. 4th overall, Mitch Marner at 102 pounds, right? And he comes in and he's a wizard. He's a wizard. And in his first season, he puts up 61 points and helps bring Toronto back to the playoffs. And they went up against the Washington Capitals, who were leading the conference that year. And they forced them to 6 games. They took 2 games on them. They just went over a decade of nothing. And they got these rookies, and they're actually giving the best team a run for the money. It was so exciting. It was what Leaf fans have wanted for so long. He has franchise records. He was the fastest player to 700 points in the history of one of the greatest teams, one of the most prolific, longest living teams in the league. He was the fastest player to 500 assists. He was fun to watch. He was a wizard. And he's on the line with the best goal scorer. One of the best goal scorers to ever live. One of the best scorers in the game right now. On pace to beat Ovechkin's overall goals that he just beat Gretzky's. Right? Now, that's not going to happen, but that's besides the point. On the line with him. And when he would be injured, he would step his game up, playing the penalty kill, even strength, power play. Austin Matthews last year just played the least amount of games he's ever played. Marner got the most points he's ever had, steps it up, cracks 100 points to 102 points, one of only 5 players in Leafs history to do that. It's just so great. But then it was like something you see out of a movie. He turned. It was WWE. Full heel shit. His contract was up. Right? It's contract year. Doesn't want to talk to the team. Not talking about contracts. Not doing it. And then they realized halfway through the year, he's gonna leave. He's gonna walk away. And they said, hey, would you take a trade if you're gonna walk? And he said, no, don't be talking to me about trades. Don't want to hear it. And blocks the trade. And he also said, you know what? Don't even bring me an offer. Don't want it. Don't want an offer. No, he already had 1 foot out the door all year on his teammates. All year on his teammates. And he had his agent in Vegas talking. So much so that he actually signed with a team before he was even a free agent. And Vegas had to give a center to Toronto so they wouldn't get hit with tampering, right? That's how much he was already 1 foot at the door all year, and just absolutely flips the birds to his city and all of his fans. Millions of fans who've loved this guy and have picked up for this guy because he couldn't drown out the sound of thousands of idiots. That's all he heard was the thousands of chirps over the millions of cheers. And he went on. And now he's down in Vegas, And Toronto was struggling, and it's only the last month or so Austin Matthews has finally started to be Austin Matthews, and a lot of the team has come together, and now they're fighting for their life just to make it back to the playoffs. And all of a sudden, he's coming back with the swagger, going to Vegas, and people hate Vegas, right? They just come into the league, they just make all these deals all the time, got a cup before Toronto. Toronto's been fighting forever to get a cup. Vegas in the league a few years, yeah, we already got a cup. Like, it's not Toronto Blue Jays, LA Dodgers. Like, it's not quite that, but it's in that realm, man. It's like, fuck Vegas, right? And thing is, people say Toronto sports fans are shit, and they're not. They're not. How he acted was shit. He had one foot out the door, flipped the birds to everybody, and then tried to blame the fans. Said he got death threats. No shit, dude. You're in the public eye. Of course you got death threats. I've gotten death threats. I had a death threat from someone that smashed someone's head in with a baseball bat. And then he was out on probation and he threatened to kill me. Probation officers had to get involved. Like, that shit happens. But you want to know what? Most people who make threats aren't going to do it. They're just going to stay quiet and then do it. But he took that all at heart, right? And used it as an excuse and tried to make us feel bad for him. Fuck that. I'm not, no. He was a sourpuss about it. And Bo Bichette just left. You think Toronto sports fans are going to be all shitty to Bo Bichette when he comes back? He's not. Because he handled it professionally. He handled it with grace. Matt Sundin, he blocked the trade when he was on the way out. The fans hate Matt Sundin. Did they boo him the next time he's in the arena? No, not at all, right? And the Toronto fans will come around. But for Friday night, they're going to boo the shit out of him. And rightfully so. He booed Toronto. He booed the GM when they asked, would you like to come back? Boo, no. So I was like, all right, boo you, man. You know, like, right? We love you, and you're going to do that. Garbage. Vince Carter got booed like crazy. You know what? At the end of his career, they were asking for him back. And when they retired his jersey after he retired, big love and applause. That will happen for Marner. Because Leafs fans and Toronto fans, they aren't shitty like people try to say they are. We're just sick and tired of constantly getting screwed over. And when the team come out and play, you see it, man. Toronto, he's rocking. The stadium's rocking. People are outdoors. When the Raptors won, the place was gone crazy. When the Blue Jays went to the World Series, place has gone crazy. Tired of hearing Toronto fans are garbage. They're not. How Mitch Marner handled this, that was garbage. But tonight is going to be fire.